Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again. Fellas, sometimes doing the right thing don't always feel like it's the right thing in the moment. No good deed goes unpunished, as the old saying goes. You know, sometimes self-improvement can have harsh side effects. That's just life. You know, you gotta take the good and the bad. But as I'm about to list these things, guys, don't use this as an excuse to not self-improve yourself. All right? I want you guys to be aware of what can happen and what to look forward to. But at the same time, you should always self-improve yourself anyway, no matter what the situation is. You don't have anything to lose. If you're not trying to become a better person, then what are you doing? So don't let anything discourage you from that, okay? With that being said, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that bell if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. When you start to self-improve, it's like the things around you, your environment, starts to form against you. They start to attack you. And the first sign of this is really the people that you associate with. A lot of people that you might party with, you might do things that are toxic. Those same people, when you start to self-improve and they're not self-improving, they're not on that same frequency, when they see you starting to do different things, sometimes they're going to resent you. They're going to resent you. See, when people don't have that ambition to become a better person and they see you doing it, you bring an insecurity out of that person because they know they should be getting themselves right, but they don't have that ambition, that fire to do so. So when they see you doing it, instead of being inspired by your moves, some people will start to hate you and resent you and try to bring you back down to their level. Because remember, misery loves company. Don't let these people bring you down. Don't let anybody steer you away from becoming a better you. You know, it's funny because being at the bottom and being at the top are a mirror reflection of each other. When you at the bottom, don't nobody care about you. You're invisible. So you're alone most of the time. You're lonely. But being at the top, everybody wants to be around you. You're like a bright light. But you're still lonely because you can't trust anybody. You don't know what their true intentions are. Because see, as you self-improve and you start to get results, when you start to get results, you're going to have snakes, you're going to have sharks, vultures, all types of predators start to surround you, put themselves in a position to get around you, right? Waiting for you to fail. If you ever seen a big cat hunt, a lion, a tiger, whatever, they stalk their prey. And they sit back in the bushes waiting for that perfect moment to pounce. As soon as you turn your back, as soon as you let your guard down, that's when they attack. Understand, guys, when you start to get results in your life, when you start to see success, people are going to resent you. People are going to hate you. They're going to try to bring you down. So see the signs. Look for the signs early. And just know that no matter what that person does to you, you stay strong inside yourself. You stay resilient and keep treading down your path. All right. Also, as the environment is forming against you, there's going to be a lot of traps laid out for you. And it's funny because, you know, when you was just living life, you wasn't trying to self-improve. You were doing all these toxic things, drinking, partying, hanging out, whatever. It seemed like everything flowed, right? Nothing was going against you at all. It's almost like you was being led to destruction. Like, hey, come on. It was enticing you. Come on, come over here. Come. It's all good. Come here. But when you got your mind right and you turned the other way, now everything formed against you. And with that being said, you're going to have traps laid out to try to get you. You're going to have women who aren't good for you try to come in your life. You're going to have people, like I said, predators coming around you, waiting to attack. You're going to have a lot of distractions coming your way, trying to throw you off your game. But you can't let those things get to you. You can't let those distractions hurt you, take you out of your zone. Remember, your purpose is over everything. If it ain't fitting your purpose, if it's bringing you down, cut it loose. Cut it loose. All right? Don't let anything take you away from doing what you got to do in your life. That's a mistake many people make. It's that ego, man. If you haven't conquered that ego and learned how to live in balance and harmony with your ego is going to be attracted to those traps. It's just like a bug attracted to a light. That ego is attracted to the glitter and gold and glamour, the spotlight. That's why you see those bug zappers and you just, every few seconds, this is those bugs, they can't resist that. Right? If you're in your ego, you're like that bug flying into that light. You can't resist it. So you got to learn how to control yourself. Be in control of your mind and your ego. Taming that ego so you don't fall for those traps. You don't be that bug and that zapper. Okay? Also, guys, you got to learn how to be alone. You have to. Self-improving and being alone go hand in hand. See, one thing I noticed was that when I was doing toxic things, when I was still out on the scene doing what I was doing, I had people around me all the time. I was never alone. I always had somebody to talk to. Always had somebody right there. As soon as I started self-improving myself, as soon as I started to self-improve, I noticed I started spending more nights alone, more nights by myself. And I started wondering, like, okay, is this something that I'm doing wrong? Why is it all of a sudden I'm trying to be better? Why is it that all of a sudden I'm trying to be a better person and I don't have as many friends now? I don't have as many people around me now all of a sudden. Because to improve yourself requires alone time. Time for you to think. Time for you to figure out who you are. Time for you to get rid of clutter. And being around certain people will distract you from doing that. It won't allow you to hear yourself because it's too loud. Like that saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Because when you're around certain people, y'all energy meshes together. So subconsciously you pick up their habits, they pick up your habits. You got to be alone sometimes to cut away that energy that you've been attached to. So now you can program your own energy. You can find yourself and start to move and radiate in your own true light. So, man, being alone, that's a side effect. You know, it could be terrible to some, especially if you're an outgoing person. That's terrible to think that, oh, man, I'm going to have nights where I'm alone. But it's necessary. Success brings a lot of stress, man. It brings stress. But see, people don't tell you that. People just show you the good parts, the gold, the material things, the attention. Nobody tells you the groundwork that goes into that. Right? You're going to have people trying to destroy you. People hating on you. People clout chasing. All these things to try to destroy you, bring you down. But before, when you was nobody, when you was trying to come up, when you was working on yourself, nobody had nothing to say. Nobody was nowhere to be found. It's when you start to get results and success, that's when all the stress comes. That's when all the traps come. That's when all the distractions come. All the resentment comes. So understand this, guys, man. I'm telling y'all from experience. You know, it's not a cakewalk. And to be aware of what's going to happen when you start to improve. It's life. You know, with the good, you got to take the bad. A lot of guys start to go through these moments and it destroys them. They go back to their old self. They try to go back to old habits because they can't handle the pressure. They can't handle the pressure of shedding that old skin and coming into a new. A lot of people can't survive that cocoon stage. Don't allow your fears to stop you from becoming your best version.